I think this is a debate worth having. We just passed a $1 trillion infrastructure bill. The presiding officer, Senator Sinema from Arizona, was one of the architects of the bill. Congratulations. I voted for it because it made sense to me. We've been talking about infrastructure here for 5 or 10 years. And this $1 trillion package, 550 of new spending, which I believe to be paid for, goes into ports, roads, and bridges, and rural broadband. 19 Republicans voted for it. I'm hoping we can make it reality and get it to President Biden's desk, because I think infrastructure is much needed, and we were finding bipartisanship in that space. Now we're moving on to something completely different. I dare say radical. Right after the majority was seized by the Democratic Party, you pushed through a $1.9 trillion package. It had a lot to talk about COVID, but most of it wasn't related to COVID as we know it, after we'd worked together on $4 trillion of spending. Now, this budget resolution is proposing $3.5 trillion of additional spending, and we'll talk about how that affects you, the public, here in a minute. But the first thing I want you to know, it's not $3.5 trillion. That's not accurate. When you look at the increase in public debt and the authorization of new discretionary spending, it's at least 4.2. So it's not $3.5 trillion, it's over $4 trillion. First thing you got to do is be honest with the product you're selling. This will cost well over $4 trillion if fully implemented. What else does this bill do that people in this body need to know about? It changes the rule regarding emergency spending. Right now, we can spend through an emergency basically unlimited money and not have to worry about offsets and all that good stuff, because it's truly an emergency. But you need 60 votes to declare something an emergency. This budget resolution will change that rule so that a simple majority of senators can determine anything they would like to be an emergency and spend without any accountability. I think that's a bad idea for the body, because anything you could do, we can do, and it really is an assault on the idea of minority rights. I think it's the biggest blow to the institution yet. It's buried in this bill, but it eliminates the 60-vote requirement to declare items emergency spending, replacing it with a simple majority, allowing a majority, a single party, to spend without restriction in the name of emergency. So to my friends on the other side, you need to look at what's in this bill, and I hope you will find that to be unacceptable change to the United States Senate, because when it comes to spending, it guts the idea that the minority matters, because all you have to do, if this budget resolution is implemented the way they've written it, is to declare something emergency, get 50 votes, and spend. Very bad idea. We're going to try to change that, and we hope we can find some bipartisan support. So let me tell you about this bill.